Y'all already know what time it is. We got mail. Hey family, it's your girl Ivy, the captain of the Cinema 6 ship. And I'm here with another unboxing video. And I don't know what it is, but December has been the month of the tarot for me. I received the True Heart Tarot by Rachel True for Christmas from my mom. And that actually made me cry. If you guys wouldn't mind like a walkthrough of that deck, I wouldn't mind giving one because I opened it and stuff already. And I'm reading the book. I haven't really done a reading with that deck yet because I'm reading the book and I want to understand like how she views all the cards in the tarot before I get into each card so I can understand like what her perspective of each card was when creating it and stuff like that, But right now, as you can tell from the title of this video, we're going to be unboxing Morgan's Tarot. You get to see my excitement opening the box. I'm going to give you guys a little background on Morgan's Tarot. So I think, I don't want to be wrong, but if my memory serves me, Morgan Tarot was born, I'm sorry, but it was like little confettis that fell out the box when I opened it. What a beautiful surprise. Oh my gosh. I swear it's always a surprise coming into these boxes. It's the five of wands. So for those of you who aren't familiar with tarot cards, Five of Wands is like a little small, little chaos, let's see what Rachel True has to say about the Five of Wands. Sometimes I like to, if I have a book near, I do like to like look through and see what other people's perspectives of the cards are. So in her deck, the Five of Wands has Medusa in it, and I think that's really beautiful. Well, I think it's fitting, but Medusa's situation is a bit more Five of Wands. If you know the story behind how she became who she is, well, who she was. So, high vibe. The Five of Wands can be creativity, collaboration, playful energy, physical expression, and release of energy. That's cool. I like that. I like that she gives like two perspectives of the cards. A lot of times, like my perspective of the cards can be really one-sided, and that's why I'm constantly learning and expressing. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. But anyway, I'm gonna finish reading. So I didn't pull it in low vibe. So we're gonna read the high vibe definition. So it's just like friendly competition and competitive play can help you grow. Competition may sound negative, but this is a time of being around equally qualified, creative, or talented people who spur you onto greater heights. Period. I feel like I am coming into a more challenging, that's a good word, like challenging experience, getting all these new tarot decks. Like you can see from one of my previous videos, I had released unboxing that other tarot deck from Five Below, and I've been reading with that deck and I really understand it. It's really easy to understand with the keywords, because I like, honestly, after like reading the keywords and looking at the images, like I can already go in a certain direction from looking at the images, but certain keywords really do stand out. And when I read with that deck, I read to expect the keywords to guide me with their message. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like try to decipher it without looking at them, because what else would I use that deck if I didn't want the keywords to guide me along the path? Oh my gosh, this confetti matches my shirt. That's so lovely. I was fit to put on this shirt today. But anyway, what else? Having someone who pushes you is good for you, whether you're athletes or Salieri or Mozart. Rapid fire exchange of ideas creates active energy, propelling everyone forward. In relationship dynamics, a fun, feisty, sexy energy may be felt. Passion can quickly dissolve into discord if words and tone are not considered. Oh, that is me. I can go into like one of those states where I'm like excited or having fun, like really passionate, and I say some things in a tone that's like not really acceptable. Like people don't really take kind to my tone sometimes, and I'm just like speaking passionately. Yeah. Light bulb moment hits, and don't put it on hold. Oh, I love this. I'm gonna have to read like all of it. I just got to the tarot card section of the book. Yeah, I'm gonna move this box out my way. Now to the Morgan Tarot. And I don't know if y'all know, but like I saved this paper, like their wrapping paper, because I draw on it. I have a thing about drawing on the The Morgan's Tarot is a lot, definitely different than a typical average normal tarot deck. Unlike traditional tarot, this deck has 88 cards and it is totally unorthodox. It's not numbered, it's not split by the arcana. It is almost like an oracle. If you're familiar with oracle decks, it is like that. And it's I've never worked with this deck before personally, but I've participated in readings where it was being used. Like, I'm gonna mention her again, like Majorie from the Punk Priestess. She does, with her spreads and stuff, she will pick from like multiple different decks. And there have been times where she's picked from Morgan's Tarot. And watching like Bakara's reading, who is the owner of Everyday Magic, she a couple times like she'll pull from Morgan's Tarot just cause, like during her Sunday readings that she no longer does. Sadly, she did the last reading of the year on Sunday, and it was the most amazing experience. I watched it twice. I'm gonna watch it again. It hits different. I watch her readings on YouTube. Like, she uploads them to YouTube, and I will link her channel, you know, somewhere through here. Where you open it at? Oh, it's like a regular plain deck. Okay. Oh, this deck's tight. I'm gonna do it from the bottom. Oh my god. What's up with these boxes? Like, I cannot open. Okay, this is hard. I'm gonna destroy the box trying to get into it. Okay, there we go. I basically did. I did tear it a little bit. Oh. Oh. No, I made the first one because it's like the little white book that comes with it is literally the littlest white book I have ever seen. I don't know if I'm prepared for this, guys. So let me tell you the reason why I bought this deck. So I was contemplating buying it anyway. When I saw it, like, I found it very interesting, you know, and I never owned a deck like this before. So I was like, why not? But then when ordering gifts, it's like my shopping cart was full of stuff that I wanted to get before. And I also hadn't got paid yet, so it was like not that much money. But then I saw a post, no, backtrack. After like going back and forth about getting, I was like, nah, I think I'm gonna wait. Like, I don't think I'm gonna get it right now. But I went on their website and it was on sale. I was like, maybe I'll wait. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's like right now. But then I had a dream that I was like going back and forth over it, and I ended up getting it anyway. And that dream ended up being really wild. I risked my life to like save this deck for me from riots and shit. Like, it was really crazy. And I woke up, I was like, I'm gonna have to get the deck. Like, I have to get the deck now. So I got up and then I checked my Instagram, and it was the last day to make orders before 2021. And I was like, I'm gonna have to, oop, I think I stabbed myself. I'm gonna have to make this order now. Oh my god! Ah! No, like I'm. Oh, oh my god! Look, okay, all right. So I'm gonna finish my story. So I ended up buying it. I took other stuff off my shopping cart, and I bought those two things and this deck, and I was like, this is it. Oh. They go through every card in this little white book. We can read it together. You want to do that on the introduction? How long is the introduction? Okay. Out of the mystic 60s and into the tantric 80s speeds an unusual vehicle called Morgan's Tarot. Created to transmit new age consciousness and energy, Morgan's Tarot, inspired by various spiritual traditions, especially Tibetan Buddhism, but most of the cards reflect direct experience. The tarot penetrates the unknown by reflecting elements of the sources of knowledge and wisdom. It mirrors the collective unconsciousness with basic archetypal symbols in a universal setting. In contrast to conventional psychology, the tarot assumes a spiritual universe of which the physical world is a reflection, whereas psychology tends to accept the dualistic premise. Esoteric philosophy works from a non dualistic premise. Thus, in the physical world, there is both the object that is perceived and the perceiver. In the mystic realms, the apparent separation is felt to be an illusion contained within unity. The ways in which Morgan's tarot cards can be used are infinitely varied. A few methods are suggested in this booklet. Morgan's tarot differs from traditional tarot decks in that it comprises of 88 cards instead of the usual 78, and it has no division of major and minor arcana. There is no specific order of the deck. The order in which they are described here is purely random. I love that. I'm gonna have to read through all of this when I can actually understand it. Reading out loud does not provide me with like comprehension. I'm really excited to dive in, and I'm really excited to like understand Morgan's tarot. And the first card says transmutation through union of opposites. So we can go through a few of these cards here and just look at them. It is a lot. Like, I'm not gonna go through all of these cards and show you guys, but I'm gonna show you the first few that I see and like flip through the deck and find some. So your mission is not yet complete. Ooh, there are no mistakes. There are no mistakes in the universe. And on the back of the cards it says love is God. Oh my gosh. You know, like I 300% resonate with that. Like, I believe that love is God. Ooh, it is not what you do that counts. It is where your head is at. Period. Do it now. Yo, this is like a deck of signs. Mushroom. Yeah. I'm gonna have to like study the fuck and to understand like what some of these cards mean. Like, some of it is very obvious. Like, you are a pawn. Yeah. As above, so below. It's a dog eat dog food world. One day I'm gonna understand these beyond my subconscious, because like seeing them. Okay, one thing that I've noticed about tarot in general is that when we see the cards, there is a part of us deep inside that resonates with what the images are trying to tell us, that resonates with the words and the everything about it, you know? No matter what deck you get, no matter like how long you've been reading, whether you're a reader or not, there's a part of us deep inside that resonates with it if you are drawn to it, if you have the slightest bit of interest to it, or someone around you is interested in it, you know? We have a part of us that resonates, and it is out of our control. But one thing that really bothers me sometimes is that my subconscious will understand it. Like, my inner self, my higher self will be like, yes, this. It's a sign, it's a message, yes, this. But my human self would be like, okay, but how? Like, how does this make any sense? This doesn't make any sense to me. Like, what does this mean? And I could do some searching deep within, you know, meditate with the card and try to focus on it or whatever. But it's like, if I don't know what it is, I don't know what it is, you know? And that like kind of bothers me. That like, I don't just understand it and know it. I have to learn it. I have to study and stuff like that. So that's why I'm like really excited. I'm really excited to like go through this deck and actually learn something new and different. I've been reading and studying tarot for almost 4 years now. So having this deck is going to be something that really challenges me and that breaks me down in some type of way. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited to work with it, to understand it, to learn it, and to integrate it into my practice completely and fully. I have so many tarot decks, and this is actually, I think it's my 11th deck total. If we're going from like adding my oracle and tarot decks, then it'll be my 11th deck total. And I feel like I'm gonna stop here for a minute. like this week, like this whole month, has been a pretty overwhelming for receiving tarot decks because I got one, and then a couple days later, I got another one, and now today I received this one, and I'm just like, there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to like welcome in at once. Like, really? So I haven't shuffled with this deck yet, which is the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. I haven't shuffled with it yet. I have been looking at it and shuffling it, you know, just to do so, just to bond with the deck, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have a video about like bonding with your cards and like building a relationship with them. Be careful going around curves. There's a lot of warnings in here. Oh, I like this card a lot. This may not be a perfect circle, but it's a perfect whatever it is. I wonder like what inspired like this deck and how people like how they got inspired to illustrate it, like where the themes of the cards came from, like what, like how does someone like come to these phrases and be like, you know what, yes, this is definitely like a message, this is something that means something, you know, like how does that this is something that means something, like how does that work? And I feel like this is going to be my favorite card, Door to the Akashic Records. I will learn how to understand myself in this way. I am determined. If you already own the Morgan's Tarot, I wonder what your experience with Morgan's Tarot was. You can leave it in the comments for me. Like, I really want to know, because I'm a virgin to Morgan's Tarot, and I kind of want to know what someone, like, what some other people's experience working with it was. Like, Bakara talks about it because it was like her, like, she, you know, used it a lot in her throughout her journey, and you know, then she created postcards, and she used postcards a lot too. And I never had that experience with a deck where it just completely worked with me in that way. And I also didn't really use my tarot cards in that way, so I'm ready to like embark on a whole nother way of using the cards, of using cards in general. I feel my perspective and everything that I'm working with the tarot for like completely shifting and, you know, turning into something totally different. And I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to see where all of this takes me, you know, in the future. So right now I'm burning some sage. Child, we burning sage up in here. Like, and this deck is big. Usually, like, usually I do like a quick shuffle through to see like how the deck shuffles and stuff, but I haven't gone through the cards yet. And since they're not in a particular order, I kind of want to look at them in the order that they came in. It does look like it shuffles really well. Like the cards themselves, if you're talking about like card quality, there's really good quality card stock. Like it's not like as bendable as all the other cards. Like, okay, I will look at True Heart Tarot because her cards are like this. And so if you have the same deck, same amount of force, you know, put into it, this card is more sturdy. So like I think it's even thicker. Yeah, they're slightly thicker than True Heart Intuitive Tarot. They're pretty average size for a tarot deck. These cards are pretty big, so this is pretty average size for a deck. I can hold it in the palm of my hand. It's not that difficult, but the deck itself is big, like 88 cards. Like this is a big ass deck. It is a lot to hold, but it's easy to hold because it's like an average card deck size, you know. As for the imagery, it's pretty minimal. They're like sketches. Oh, I like that. Yeah. So this is what basic the imagery is. It's pretty nice. I'm not gonna hold you. I like it. Your doubt is your faith, if necessary in your particular case, perhaps. Doubt. Wow. Okay. Wow. Like, I know it doesn't. You probably can't tell, but I'm really blown away from this deck, and mostly because like I can see myself working with this deck so heavily, mostly because I don't understand it. So most people don't really know this about me, and as I'm updating my website, like, you will know this about me from like reading my bio, because oh my gosh, the reason why I'm even over on here talking to you and sharing my experience with you and talking about tarot and talking about life is because for some odd reason, like, I have been completely drawn to things that do not make any sense since I was a child. I just feel drawn to things that don't make sense. And that's not because I want to make sense of it, but it's because it resonates in some way. And this deck makes no sense to me right now. And honestly, it's one of those things that, like, some people who don't understand what tarot is for, really, they will never be able to understand this deck. And if they, especially if they don't try, you know. But it's tarot is one of those things where it digs deep into your psyche, and it pulls out things that you maybe aren't ready to see, maybe aren't ready to understand, but since you are here, you will see it. You will have to face these dark corners of yourself. And because it is not a average tarot deck, I feel like it will be one of those things that really punch me in the throat, because you can flip the tarot cards in any type of way to make them work for you. You will not be able to flip Morgan's tarot. The cards mean what they mean. You will not be able to flip postcards from the liminal space. The cards mean what they mean. You will not be able to flip visions in the liminal space. The cards mean what they mean, and it is because they are meant to be that way. There is no upside down, reverse, no flip, no positive, negative, high vibe, low vibe meaning. It just is what it is. And I really admire that. And I'm going to take advantage of that, because I'm coming into this space where I need to understand where I'm coming from and where I'm going, you know, because it's wintertime. It's that time of the year where we are going within, we're dormant, and we're in all the cozy things, but we have to face the uncozy things about ourselves as we are transitioning into the new season. And I mean, later on, what is it? Tomorrow's the full moon in Cancer, right? And then on Thursday, which we're gonna go live on Thursday. We go live every Thursday, and I'm off, so we're gonna be live on time. Oh, I'm so excited to be live on time. But yeah, we're gonna be live on Thursday at SNM6. You can follow all my social medias down below, by the way. Um yeah, so that's gonna be what, New Year's Eve, and then on a Friday, we start the whole new year. Come on, it doesn't get better than that. It doesn't get more exciting than that. And some people say, like, well, the new year doesn't really mean anything, you know, this concept of time that we have made up and have been following for centuries, and it doesn't really make any sense. It doesn't really mean anything because we created it. But actually, in the words of Bakara W from her reading on Sunday, because we made it mean something, it means something. You know, it's like a loose quote. It's not exactly what she said, but I've been wrestling with that concept for a while, because, you know, I go into that, you know, nothing means anything type of mood. Sometimes when I was younger, I went into that, well, since, you know, we created it, humans are nothing. Humans mean jack shit. Like, we created it, so therefore it's not important. But actually, like, man-made things such as time, such as, you know, our calendar, and, you know, what else have we made? Labradorite. Like, or citrine vibes amethyst, which is heat treated amethyst that they make into citrine. Like, all these things have a purpose, and it's just because it's here and we want it to have a purpose, it serves its purpose, you know. Just because it is a human concept doesn't mean that it's not important. I mean, tarot is a human concept. Morgan's tarot is definitely a human concept. They're created by people and curated and passed on by people, and that makes it important, and that makes it special, that makes it mean something. So the new year is literally a portal if you want it to be. Not saying that because the new calendar year will change everything. The change is with us. Things will mean something if we want it to, if we allow it to. And honestly, while I don't believe that the new year will change everything, if you watch my predictions for the new year, you will know that. And maybe I might, like, do something and like post that part of the video on YouTube so you guys can go back and see. But it's in one of my Thursday lives that I did, and I did like small predictions for the new year. But I didn't really predict that things would be much different outside, you know, but the inside of us has vast opportunity to change and to grow and evolve because of all the things that we've learned this year and over the course of time, over the past 5 to 7 years of what we learned. We have the opportunity to embrace those things and to face ourselves for who we are. And I feel like Morgan's Tarot will do an amazing job of that. With that being said, I think this video is over. I'm getting into channel now, and it was an unboxing of Morgan's Tarot. This is what the box looks like. The back of it says love, and I love it. I will probably be making like a little pouch like this for Morgan's Tarot because I don't think I like this box. I'm gonna be real honest with you. Oh, it doesn't have that average new deck smell. It doesn't. That's weird. That's weird. On the box, it does have some history and stuff because it is printed by US Games now, and US Game Systems Incorporated. So they kind of paid homage to the original published deck by printing the history, some history and like original stuff from it. I appreciate that a lot because now you know like where the deck has originated, like the time frame, and you know you can bring some perspective of the cards, you know, into your reading and into understanding and learning the cards. Because I'm not only going to be like reading the cards for my own benefit, I'm going to actually dive deep and try to understand what each card like means, and on very intimate levels. That's what I do. I pick shit apart. It's my Virgo midheaven. I can't help myself, okay? But I will be working with this deck very closely, very heavily, and I can see it. I can tell that this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to take it with me everywhere. There's not going to be a point in time I'm going to be sitting at the register of my job, like shuffling Morgan's Tarot, and I'm like, Ivy, you can't do that. I'm like, Ivy, I can't do that. You can't tell me what to do. Like, what you gonna do? There's nothing else to do. But anyway, thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for being here. If you made it to the end of this video, leave that dragon emoji. Let me know what you think of the Morgan's Tarot. And now after watching this, are you gonna purchase Morgan's Tarot? Like, let me know if you would like to be a part of the conversation, because I'm gonna on Instagram, and I'm gonna freak out, and I'm gonna wow out over on Instagram talking about some damn Morgan's Tarot and everyday magic, because this is like the most amazing thing on the planet. All right, guys. I'm about to wow out in private. No, I'm not. I'm gonna wow out on Instagram. See you guys over there. Peace out.